In an age where perception moves markets and headlines shape history, one figure continues to redefine how political influence is exercised, not with documents or diplomacy, but with words delivered early and confidently. Former President Donald Trump has once again captured attention with bold promises. If I win the election, I will end the war within 24 hours. Israel and Iran have reached a ceasefire. The United States has secured a tariff agreement with Vietnam. Statements like these, shared before any official confirmation, spark a wave of curiosity and controversy. But beneath the surface lies a larger question. What's the strategy behind these premature declarations? This pattern of declaring victory before consensus is not a slip of the tongue, it's a deliberate maneuver. In early April 2025, as tensions escalated between the US and ASEAN nations over new tariffs, Vietnam entered direct negotiations with the United States. Over the following months, discussions continued across multiple locations, including Washington. But before any resolution was reached, Trump took to social media in July to announce that an agreement had already been finalized. He even shared specifics about the supposed outcome. The Vietnamese negotiating team, still deep in deliberation, was caught off guard. From their perspective, negotiations were far from over. So why would Trump announce success before it was secured? The answer lies in optics and influence. In an era of fragmented information and constant digital noise, the first statement often frames the narrative. Whoever defines the beginning of the story can shape how it ends, or at least how the public perceives it. For Trump, early declarations serve a dual function. They offer reassurance to domestic audiences, farmers, business owners, investors, who may be looking for signs of stability or strength. At the same time, these statements place pressure on negotiating counterparts, subtly shifting expectations. If the public already believes an agreement exists, opposing negotiators may find their options limited. Public opinion can corner diplomats, forcing them to engage on Trump's terms. It's a tactic that leans heavily on the power of perception. And it's not without precedent. Trump's deal before the deal approach isn't limited to trade. He's applied the same formula to conflicts far beyond U.S. borders. When he suggested that Israel and Iran had reached a ceasefire, despite no such official progress, it wasn't based on an agreement in place. But it sparked headlines, stirred public sentiment, and reframed the way people viewed the unfolding events. Similarly, his now infamous promise to end the Russia-Ukraine war, on day one, if re-elected, isn't grounded in any known plan or diplomatic framework. Yet, the precision of his language, within 24 hours, created the illusion of a ready solution. For supporters, it's a bold signal of leadership. For critics, it's a risky oversimplification of complex global issues. And for the markets, it's a call to action. Whenever Trump speaks, especially about foreign policy or trade, markets listen. Following his announcement about tariffs and Vietnam, key sectors experienced momentary surges. The same happened when he hinted at peace in the Middle East. Investors react not to confirmed treaties but to sentiment. In these moments of volatility, savvy traders can make significant gains. Short-term swings become opportunities, especially for those with access to information before the full picture is known. Could this manipulation of market psychology be part of the strategy? While there's no concrete proof of insider intent, the alignment of message and market is no coincidence. At home, Trump's declarations serve a political purpose, creating a sense of control, confidence, and clarity in an unpredictable world. For American voters, particularly those concerned about inflation, jobs, and overseas conflict, these early announcements can offer a psychological salve. The message is simple: I've got this. And simplicity matters. The public often craves easy-to-understand solutions over policy papers and complex geopolitical context. For international audiences and foreign governments, however, these statements create complications. Vietnam, for example, found itself in a diplomatic bind after Trump's tariff announcement. Any hesitation or clarification could be interpreted as backtracking, or worse, dissent. Ukraine and Russia, too, are affected when promises of peace are made on their behalf. If Trump suggests a resolution is imminent, but negotiations are far from over, it places all involved under pressure. Is this a diplomatic misstep or a deliberate move? Possibly both. Trump's messaging taps into a deep emotional current, the desire for resolution. Imagine a voter in rural Ohio, worried about gas prices, or a small business owner in Birmingham dealing with rising supply costs. When a candidate says he'll end a major war on day one, or fix trade relationships overnight, it resonates. Even if it's aspirational, the promise itself creates a temporary sense of relief. That emotional reward can be more powerful than facts. These moments are not just campaign slogans, they're calculated injections of optimism. And when these promises are repeated consistently, they become belief systems. They shape how voters see the world and what they expect from leadership. There's also a political advantage in claiming success before it's achieved. If the deal later falls through, Trump can blame external forces, bureaucracy, foreign leaders, or institutional resistance. If it succeeds, he was the visionary who saw it coming. This win-win framing positions him as both prophet and protector, a figure always in motion, never caught flat-footed. Even setbacks become fuel for further claims. I had it done, but they ruined it. It's a narrative that protects him from political fallout while maximizing public recognition. Of course, there are consequences. Premature announcements can strain diplomatic relationships, confuse markets, and undermine formal negotiation processes. They risk alienating allies or misleading the public. Foreign leaders may become wary of entering talks that could be preemptively announced before they're complete. Confidence in American diplomacy could erode if messaging continues to outpace substance. And domestically, overpromising can lead to disillusionment. If voters expect a war to end on the first day and it doesn't, expectations may snap back with force. Yet, Trump's approach remains consistent. His belief appears to be, say it first, say it confidently, and reality will catch up, or be blamed for falling short. So, is this approach reckless or revolutionary? Viewed through the lens of political communication, it's a masterclass in framing. Trump defines problems and solutions in a way that resonates emotionally, not analytically. He's created a brand of leadership that favors momentum over detail, speed over consensus. And for many voters, that's exactly the kind of energy they seek. In doing so, he has transformed how political narratives unfold. Not through policy documents or official treaties, but through timing, tone, and targeted messaging. At the heart of Trump's early declarations lies a calculated understanding of how modern audiences process information. In a digital age where headlines often matter more than footnotes, Trump speaks not to diplomats, but to the public directly. His voice is loud, his message clear, and his timing deliberate. While the outcomes of his declarations remain contested, the influence they exert is undeniable. For better or worse, Trump continues to define the game, not just by playing it but by announcing the score before the whistle blows. And in politics, as in media, sometimes being first is more powerful than being right. Thank you for watching. If you found this analysis insightful, subscribe for more deep dives into global politics and leadership strategy. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Where do you stand on this tactic?